mix variance, material mix variance. Remember that material mix variance can only be applied whenever we have to mix two or more types of raw materials here to come up with what here a product. Like now here to come up with our product X here, we have to mix what and what here somebody material A and B, material A and B. So if that is the case, then we are in a very good position of computing what here the material mix variance. How do we do this? Remember, a variance is a difference. Like now here we are talking about the difference between the standard what here mix and what here somebody the actual mix, like that. And then outside here we have what we call the standard what here price. Yes. So material mix variance is the difference between the standard mix, what we thought how we should have mixed these materials here, the ratio that we thought we should have mixed these materials and of course at the end of the day the actual ratios that we used there. To change this to money, we multiply outside here by what here by the standard price line. Right. How do we get this standard mix? First, we have to get the standard proportions. The standard proportions from the card, from the standard card. So from our standard card, in this case here, we can see we have the standard quantities. We have 5 kilograms and what here somebody? 15. So giving us a total of what here somebody? 20. The standard proportions, the standard quantities, the following standard cost card. Consider the following standard cost card. Consider the following standard cost card for producing the first unit of product X. So we have in this case here our standard quantities. That is 5 and what here somebody? Giving us 20. So proportionately, give us the proportions of this. So this will be 5 out of 20, 15 out of 20 like that. If you recall, we said this in full stands for the standard mix of the total what? The standard mix of the total actual inputs. The standard mix of the total actual input. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, that first of all we have to compute this total actual input. Go to the actual information. Go to the actual information and they give us the total actual input. Actual information, you can see some historical statement here. During the month of what year? April, 100 units of X were produced and the following expenses were incurred. Look at the actual quantities of these materials. A, in this case here, the actual quantity was what here somebody? 400 plus what here somebody? 1600. Which gives us what here somebody? 2000. Which gives us 2000. Which gives us 2000. Which gives us 2000. Which gives us 2000. Gives us 2000. Standard proportion. Standard mix of the total actual input. So what that means in this case here, for us to be able to come up with that standard mix that we are looking at, we shall take in this case here the standard proportions. We multiply them with what here somebody the total actual input, because it is standard mix of means multiply. Standard mix of the total actual input. So times what here somebody? 2000. Also this one here times what here? 2000 like that. So this one here will give us what, and whatever we shall get will represent our standard what here? Mix like that. Will represent our standard mix. So could you kindly give me in this case here these values? The first one is 500. 500. How about the second one? 1500. Is that what we got? The standard mix. First of all, we get the standard proportions from the standard cost card. From the standard cost card. So we have our standard mix like that. The other thing in this case here that they want us to use from this formula, they want us to use this actual mix. Actual mix in this case here is the same as what here? The actual quantity. This is the same as the actual quantity of material. So if I was to put this column here, my actual mix will be, what is the actual quantity of A that was mixed at the end of the day? 400. 400 in this case here went into our product X here of A. How about B? 1600, isn't it? 1600. Do we have the standard price? I'm trying to follow this formula. Do we have the standard prices of these materials? Do we have the standard prices? Yes. Standard means that you get them from the standard cost card, isn't it? From the standard cost card here, you can see that the standard price of A is what here, somebody? It's 5. So the standard price of A is 5. How about the standard price of B? 10. Now, ladies and gentlemen, using that information that we have there, we should now be in a position of getting our material mix variance. Getting our material mix variance. Let us get that material mix variance. So we start with the material mix variance for what here, somebody? For A. We are basically following our formula with the parameters that we happen to be having. So for A, in this case here, what is the standard price of A? The standard price of A is 5, isn't it? Into the standard mix of A, already we have it, which is what here, somebody? 500, isn't it? Minus the actual mix of A is what here, somebody? 400. So can you kindly give me that variance? Kindly give me that variance. 500. Positive or negative? Positive. So that means what to us? It's favorable, isn't it? It's a variance that impacts on our profits favorably, positively. A positive variance is a favorable variance. From there we have the material mix variance for which one here, somebody? For B. Material mix variance for B. Material mix variance for B. Follow the formula. Do we have the standard price of B? How much? 10 into, do we have the standard mix of B? 1500 minus the actual mix, which was what here, somebody? 1600. You can see in this case here, this is a bad variance because we had planned to use this particular quantity and then we ended up using much more. So we exceeded our budget. That cannot be a favorable variance. That is an adverse variance. Adverse of what here, somebody? 1,000 what here? Adverse. 1,000 adverse. 1,000 adverse. 1,000 adverse. 1,000 adverse. So let's go to the next variance that the examiner wants us to compute, which is what here, somebody? Material yield variance. Material yield variance. If you recall, material yield variance is quite similar to the material usage variance. Every time they talk about material yield variance, even the one doing an exam, where they ask about the material yield variance, first of all, I will be forced to remember the formula for material usage. So how do we get material usage variance? Material usage variance, this is a quantity variance. In bracket, we should be having what, somebody? Standard quantity minus what here, somebody? Actual quantity. What do we have outside here, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, whenever we have quantities in brackets, outside here we will be having the standard what? Price like that. Now, the moment I remember the formula for material usage variance, I will very easily coin the material yield variance formula because I know most of the things will be the same. So my material yield variance will be equal to, look at this, I'll have standard price, just like the way I have it here. I will have in this case here standard quantity. The only difference between the two formulas comes in here. In the usage variance, we use actual quantity here, but in the yield variance, we use the standard what, somebody? We use the standard mix there. We use the standard mix there. In the yield variance, we use the standard mix there. We use the standard mix there. We use the standard mix there. Listen to me, my good students. This SQ is something that I need to expand on. It's something that I need to understand. That it stands for standard quantity of raw materials for what? For actual product. Standard quantity of raw materials for actual production. Standard quantity of raw materials for actual production. So my material yield variance for the first type of material that we have, that is material A, will be equal to, we have these parameters. Kindly give us these parameters here. For A, what is the standard price of A, my good students here? 5 into, how about the standard quantity for A? Go back to the standard cost card. The standard quantity in this case is what here? 5 kilograms. But you realize that this is a standard quantity for only one unit, because it is standard quantity for the first unit, only one unit, and yet we want it to reflect the actual production, actual output. During the month of April, we produced how many units here, somebody? 100 units. So then this should be, listen to me, I'll take the standard quantity for one unit times the actual output in the period. So 5 times what here, somebody? 5 times 100, isn't it? Yes. Minus the standard mix. Fortunately, we had computed this. 500. Standard mix was what here, somebody? 500, eh? Standard mix was 500. So this will end up giving us what variance, ladies and gentlemen, there? 0, isn't it? 500 minus 500 is 0. 0 multiplied by anything will be 0. How about in this case here, the material yield variance for B? How about the material yield variance for B? Material yield variance for B. Material yield variance for B, ladies and gentlemen, we happen to be having the standard price. What is the standard price, somebody here? For B. The standard price is 10. The standard price I'm told is 10. The standard price is 10. Into, give us again the standard quantity for B. How do I do it? Because they have mentioned the term standard quantity, I'll have to go to my standard card, pick the standard quantity, which is what here? But again, remember very fast that that is for only one unit, and yet we want this to be standard quantity for actual number of units that were produced. So I should talk of 15 times what here, somebody? 100 again, isn't it? Minus, in this case here, they are not actual, but standard mix. What is the standard mix in this case here of B? Was it 1,500? 1,500. So again, we're getting a variance of what here? It happens. It's possible in this case here to have what we call perfect prediction. They predicted that we were to use 1,500, and we end up in this case here using 1,500. A rare occurrence, but possible. I remember 0 is neutral, so don't tell us favorable or what here, but 0 is a neutral number. 0 is a neutral value. Any question, ladies and gentlemen?